Alright boys, I'm coming into this video assuming that everybody watched the fights yesterday, and I'm curious to see what you guys thought about the performances, but I'm going to lay out my 2 cents right here, right now. Leon Edwards did not defeat the best version of Kamaru Usman, and I believe that the Usman era is now officially over in the UFC. And before you angry keyboard warriors start running to the comments saying things like I'm just hating on Leon Edwards and I'm not giving him his proper credit, or even saying things like I'm a Usman fanboy and I'm just upset that Usman lost, understand something. I was defending this man way before you guys thought he was relevant. Yes, before you new wave cringe bag headshot dead fanboys came into the picture, I was defending this man on YouTube, saying things that he's disrespected and that he's underrated and why he deserves the next shot. So silence that, please. Hush hush for me. Now, there are multiple reasons why Kamaru Usman did not fight in the way that made him successful in his UFC title reign. But for me, the main reason was because his confidence was just severely affected. Now, I was a believer. I thought that Usman looked extremely confident in the build-up. He was getting the better of the trash talk exchanges between he and Leon Edwards, but that was mainly because Leon Edwards is not really a trash talking type of guy. He's more of a introverted type of guy. But Kamaru Usman really was showing his personality, really looked like he was not affected and that it was only business. But boy, was I wrong, and he was really mainly just putting up a front for the camera. Or, which is the more likely reason, is that he was dealing with it behind the scenes when nobody was really looking. And it was just kind of like he had to watch that knockout over and over again. Guys, really understand something, okay? There is something that happens to you when you get knocked out by a man for the first time ever in your life. Especially when you're in a game like combat sports, right? You have to sit there at the press conference, sit there at these media events, watch that KO over and over and over again. Your daughter was in the crowd watching you get knocked out and was crying. This man sent you to the shadow realm while your family and friends watched. Not to mention, you're probably at the crib in your mansion, considering the money that Kamaru Usman has, in your mansions chilling, and there's advertisements being displayed on your phone, on Instagram, on TikTok, and on your TV. You can't escape the promotions for this fight, and the promotion every single time is this man knocking you out. And it wasn't a knockout where, oh man, Leon Edwards dropped him with punches and then pounced on him and then finished him. No, it was a head kick, literally a headshot dead, head kicked knockout cold at 35 years old. And Usman simply could not overcome it. He needed more time. He needed a tune-up fight bad. And look, man, let's start in MMA. I don't want to make this too much of a habit because your boy Colby Covington already does it. But there's a reason why Colby Covington has only lost twice to the same man, you know, despite that fluke that happened with Roy Alves, whatever. But there's a reason why, because he really does take tune-up fights, just because he can fight the tough fights at the best of his ability. I believe that that is what Usman needed in the build-up of this fight. I'm not promoting ducking high-level competition. I actually can't stand that. But I believe that Usman needed something to build his confidence back up. As far as the fight goes, though, man, this man, the wrestler, decided to simply not wrestle. Usman did not wrestle as much as anyone thought that he would. Look at the first 2 fights. He was very wrestle heavy in that fight, but in this fight he decided to strike with the much better striker. And even more weird, you would think if a man knocked you out with a head kick, you would stay out of kicking range. But no, Kamaru Usman decided to stay at a range where he'd be the target of Leon Edwards' leg kicks and body kicks. And the occasional head kick, which actually landed at one point in this fight as well. It was a very sloppy performance on the feet for Usman. He was striking and just flailing his arms for the most part, kind of similar to how he used to strike when he was early in his UFC career. Not only to mention that he really did display a good chin, though. His chin wasn't affected, and I guess that was the good part. That's the only good part for him. There was times where Usman's takedown defense even looked poor, where Leon swept him and almost took him down. Although he didn't get taken down in this fight, it was damn close, and it really showed me that maybe the grapplers of this division could take advantage of a weak spot in Usman's game where it wasn't very weak in the beginning. And when Leon Edwards started to slow down, Kamaru Usman did not apply the pressure in the same way that he used to at the peak of his career. And that is what was very damning to me. He was just so affected and so worried about what Leon Edwards could deliver back to him that he didn't even implement his own game plan. But hey man, credit to him. A lot of people thought that this was a close fight even with Usman having a bad performance, which just goes to show that his skill in the sport is still very high even on an off night like last night. Usman thought he won the fight. I thought he clearly lost, and I didn't see it as competitive as other people did. I thought that it was a competitive bout, but it wasn't close in my opinion. Look, man, I think there's a solid argument that Leon Edwards won every single round. I don't think he won every single round. I believe that he did win 4 of the 5 rounds, though. Look, man, as for Usman, man, after that performance, I would really stay away from guys that can deliver damage to you, brother. Honestly, I don't want to see you get knocked out again. I believe that Usman should stay away from these heavy hitters here in the welterweight division. Stay away from Shavkat. Stay away from Chimaev, especially at this point. Fight somebody like Belal Muhammad. I believe that is a very competitive fight for Usman, and it would be a good matchup to watch. I believe that he matches up very competitively with Belal Muhammad, and plus it will give Belal Muhammad a chance to make a star-making performance or get a star-making win that will finally get him the notoriety that he in a way deserves, even though I don't like him very much. And as for Usman, he will be in a fight that will be fan-friendly, which meaning 2 wrestlers going at it, striking, and he could win in a way that can score his confidence back with the knockout or with the TKO finish over somebody like Belal Muhammad, who is a top-rate contender. Anyways, that was all just my opinion. I would love to know what you guys think. Let me know down in the comments. It's been your boy Trippy, and I'm out, man. And it's good to be back.